Hi, I'm Zachary from HWM at HardwareZone.com, and I'm here today to do another unboxing for you guys, and this time it's the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Now the Mate 20 Pro is the latest flagship from Huawei, and it's the first phone to run on the 7nm Kirin 980 processor. You can read more about the Kirin 980 from our website, so let's just get on with the phone. Let's open up the box, put aside the phone, and you've got a standard set of accessories from Huawei: USB-C cable, USB-C headphones, 3.5mm converter jack. What you want to take note of is the power adapter. Now the Mate 20 Pro supports a massive 40-watt charging with Huawei SuperCharge technology, and that's what this baby does right here. It gives you about 70% battery life with just 30 minutes of charging. Oh, there's a basic clear case in there. Onto the phone, the first thing that jumps to mind about the Mate 20 Pro is how similar it resembles Samsung's Galaxy S9 series. In fact, I have my S9 here, and if I put them side by side from that distance, you might as well be looking at the S9 and the S9 Plus. Now the reason for this is that the Mate 20 Pro has the same curved glass front and back with the metal frame in between. I've got to say though, Huawei seems to have done a better job connecting the joints. Running my fingers through it, the phone feels smoother, it's seamless to the touch. You don't get that jagged edge where the glass ends and the metal frame begins. I also noticed that the metal frame on the Mate 20 Pro is actually thinner than the S9. Even the buttons are a lot thinner, giving it sort of an illusion of being a slimmer phone, even though on paper the Mate 20 Pro is actually thicker than the S9. This is 8.6mm thick, while the S9 is 8.5mm thick. Now the one thing I noticed about the Mate 20 Pro is that there's not a lot of ports or grills on the phone, and that's true because the only opening is right at the bottom where the USB-C port is. So you're probably wondering right now where the speakers are. Huawei basically built them into the port itself. They call it invisible speaker, which kind of makes sense because why put the speaker somewhere where you have to drill holes in your casing when there already is one. In the case of the Mate 20 Pro, worked pretty well. Let's talk about the other hidden surprise. Like most phones today, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro supports dual SIM. Let's pop out the SIM tray and you notice that it is designed in a back-to-back configuration, which means you put two cards back-to-back. Now, the question that comes to mind is that a Nano SIM card is smaller than a micro SD card, so where's my micro SD slot? Huawei's basically taken upon themselves to create a proprietary memory card that fits into the dimensions of a Nano SIM tray. This means that if you want to expand the memory on the Mate 20 Pro, which you can, you're going to have to buy a card that you can only get from Huawei that fits only this phone. Memory card gripes aside, the Mate 20 Pro is actually packed full of features that befit a flagship device. One of the cool things that it has is an in-screen fingerprint sensor. If you wake the screen up, you'd see where the sensor is, and even if the screen is off and you sort of hover your finger around the area, the indicator pops back up, and all you need to do is put it on and your phone's unlocked. Oops. Ta-da! The other thing about the Mate 20 Pro is that it supports fast wireless charging all the way up to 15 watts, which is one of the highest capacities in the market right now. But the most interesting thing is that Huawei built in reverse wireless charging into the phone. What this means is that you can turn the feature on and you can use the Mate 20 Pro to charge your other devices. Remember my S9? I just have to turn on reverse wireless charging, put my S9 on the Mate 20 Pro just like any wireless charger, and voila, it's charging. So let's look at the screen of the Mate 20 Pro. It has a 2K plus resolution, which, if I can remember, it's 3120 by 1440 pixels at 19.5:9 aspect ratio. Everybody seems to want to have their own special resolution for their devices. It's hard to keep track. But it's a gorgeous OLED display. Viewing angles are great. It does have a notch. Like most Huawei phones, you can hide the notch. What's interesting is if you do hide the notch, then it really looks like a Samsung Galaxy phone. Now I'll bring out my trusty S9, and if you can see here where the display curves both at the top and the bottom, they really look alike. What's different though is that without the notch, most of your notification settings and icons actually appear at the top of the screen, but with the Mate 20 Pro, it's actually in the area beside the notch, which is a physical screen. I find this a more elegant solution because then all those notification icons don't eat into my app space, and it's always on for me to see. So yeah, I guess I'm team notch. You can tell me what you think in the comments, but I really find that this is actually good use of screen real estate. On the back of the phone, once again you have a gradient color scheme. This one is called Deep Sea Blue, and it's a darker and much more compressed version of the twilight color that we saw on the P20 Pro. Personally, I think I like that one more. This one fades into black way too fast for me, but then again, this is not actually the hero color of the Mate 20 Pro. The hero color is actually called emerald green, and besides the color, it also features a unique micro texture on the back, which none of the other colors have. Here it's just your regular smooth shiny glass. I can't show you that because I don't have that phone. We finally get to talk about the elephant in the room, and by that I mean this huge square block at the back of the phone which houses the camera construct. The Mate 20 Pro has 3 cameras and a dual-tone flash. Our 3-camera system is not new to Huawei since the P20 Pro already introduced that earlier this year. However, Huawei has removed the monochrome sensor, and we now have 3 distinct lenses for 3 distinct purposes. We retain, the phone retains a 40 megapixel f1.8 lens for its primary camera. Then we have a 20 megapixel ultra wide f2.2 lens and an 8 megapixel f2.4 telephoto lens. How this new setup works, we definitely bring the phone out through its paces when we do our full review. But for the moment, I don't really know what I feel about the design element, since it really is huge. Even though the P20 Pro had a 3-camera system, the camera bulge wasn't that large. Before I forget, the front selfie camera is a 24 megapixel sensor f2.0, which is very similar to the P20 Pro, but Huawei has updated the dot projector and flood illuminator for this, so you get 3D face unlock on the Mate 20 Pro that does it in about 0.5 seconds. Now, I know this is an unboxing video and supposed to be quick and dirty, but before I go, I kind of want to touch on the AI photography features that come with the Mate 20 Pro. With every phone, Huawei has added on to its filters and beauty modes and scene recognition modes, and the Mate 20 Pro is no different. If you are thinking of getting this phone, do play around with the new portrait filters and even videography filters that are really fun to mess around with. The other thing that Huawei is introducing with the Mate 20 Pro, which I feel again is a direct competition with Samsung, is high vision. High vision is basically Huawei's answer to Samsung's Bixby Vision. It does just about the same things. You point your phone at food and it tells you nutritional value and calorie count. You point it at a picture, you point it at landscape. If it identifies it, it will show you an overlay with additional information you can click on. You can do image search for online shopping sites. You can do real-time live language translation. Just point the camera at a foreign language and it translates for you. Now it would seem that right from the beginning I've been constantly comparing the Mate 20 Pro to the Galaxy S9 because there really are so many similarities. However, the more I play with the phone, the more it feels like it's not Huawei trying to copy Samsung, but more of trying to surpass them. What do you think? You can tell us in the comments, and check out worldwideweb.hardwarezone.com for more in-depth reviews and previews for the Huawei Mate 20 series. Now, before you ask me why I'm only doing the Mate 20 Pro and not comparing it with the Mate 20, the short answer is because I don't have one. I wasn't given a Mate 20 to play with, and as such I couldn't compare. However, the real reason is that the Mate 20, it's so far removed from the Mate 20 Pro that you couldn't really put these two phones together. Think of it like the iPhone XS and the iPhone XR. They run on the same platform. They both run on the Kirin 980, but every other aspect of the phone is so different it cannot be compared straight on.